Hi friends, welcome back to another Planty video. My name is Shannon. This is Pt.3. You'll have to excuse me. It is a Sunday morning and we have made it to part 3 of the houseplant tour, which is so exciting. We're going to be covering the outdoor plants today, mainly in the pergola and just in like our general back sitting area. Once we get through with that, that will pretty much complete our houseplant tour. I know I'm kind of counting this as as part of the houseplant tour, and these are outdoor plants. But nonetheless, it's part of the collection, and we spend a lot of our time out back. So yeah, I'm happy to share them with you. Also, these are some of the largest plants in my collection. Just because they are able to grow outside. Fortunately, we live in Florida, so the growing season here is pretty long and the plants love it. So yeah, I'm really excited to get into this one. Thank you guys so much for being here. If you're new, I hope you'll consider subscribing. We cover Planty content all over the internet, TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, and if that's your thing, I hope you'll consider subscribing, following along. Thank you so much for being here, commenting, and engaging. I love that too. I love chatting with you guys in the comments. Yeah, so without further ado, let's go outside. Okay, so this is pretty much the view coming right outside the door, heading into the backyard. I know you guys like the little panorama, so I guess we'll just start right here. I do have a couple fiddly figs here. This one actually is one I plan on getting rid of, and I don't mean it in a bad way. I don't have room for two. She's so happy and she's doing so well. She's probably something I'm going to post on my local Planty group and just see if anybody's interested. And I would be selling her in the pot just because these guys don't like to be disturbed too much. And I would like something different in front of this window. I do have a Rhaphidophora tetrasperma. Don't mind all the shoes. She definitely suffered over the winter. I probably need to just chop this whole vine back, honestly, and start over. This is one that I did start over, and you can see she's so much prettier, fuller, and healthier. My plan was to go ahead and get her growing up the vine and kind of like fill in this empty space, but I think it would be probably better just to chop and prop. This is what they call a shingle vine. I think this is Rhaphidophora hey. Anyway, I just have her on this like cool piece of driftwood. We do live pretty close to the beach, so on occasion we find some pretty cool pieces of driftwood, and I just have her in this little sunflower pot. He's like a sunflower riding a bicycle. And then this is just a syngonium cutting from John's mom's plant. She loves it out here. Everything just got a nice little water. This is an anthurium. This is anthurium. It's not super bum. John got him for me. Maybe it is super bum. I don't think it is though. If you know, let me know. And then this is my huge, you can see the pot, massive fiddly fig tree. And she is just majestic. I don't even really know what word to give her other than that. But yeah, she just pretty much lives out here. She actually started out in this corner where the waterfall was. She was actually shorter than the TV. And over the last couple years, she's just really taken over this spot. She loves it. In the winter, I do try to cover her because we do get temps below 50. She certainly doesn't love winter, but I think she's good now. Like, I think she's kind of, it's her second season, you know? This will be her third. So I think she's just kind of acclimated to her space here. And as long as I cover her and shield her from some of that bitter wind, she's good. This is my Hoya pubicalyx Hawaiian or Splash, Hawaiian Splash. I am constantly retendriling this plant. She's always growing. She's super happy. She definitely is a little bit sun stressed right now. She does get some direct light. I'm not gonna lie, you guys. I did just give her a water, so she'll perk up. But these tendrils, I constantly have to wrap them. If I'm not wrapping them, they are growing. You can see they'll just literally, they will shoot out and try to find anywhere that they can go. So I'm kind of like running out of trellis. I just keep wrapping and wrapping, but I don't know. Eventually, I think I'm just going to start taking cuttings and, yeah, propagating and sharing the love. Up here is my Christmas cactus. She looks a little sad here. Obviously, this gets some direct light and she doesn't like it. But this side is doing great. She's a little confused. She has a couple blooms. But my mom gave me just a tiny little cutting of hers, and since then she has just grown like crazy. And then we'll come over here real quick. Don't mind the few things left around from the 4th of July party. This is Philodendron Florida Ghost. I did have 2. I got rid of 1. And I just kind of let her grow wild, as you can see. She just kind of, I just let her do her thing. I love her behind this kind of piece of art, and yeah, she's fun. This is a cutting actually that I did already take of my Hoya over there for a friend of mine. These are some Monstera leaves that I took off of my mother Monstera. We'll get to her in a second. This is my huge snake plant. I'm not exactly sure which variety. I'm sure one of you know. Also, I guess they are just, or they were recently classified as Dracaena now. Anyway, that's her. This is just a little succulent bowl that I made a couple years ago, and I just keep adding to it. Over here is elephant bush. Succulent, just going crazy. I hung her probably a year and a half ago in a tiny little pot, and I just, every year I repot her, or this year I repotted her, and she's already taking over this pot. And then over here is just, this is a foxtail palm. Just miscellaneous plants, you know. If I go through all of this, guys, it will be here all day. This is a beautiful hibiscus. I love her. We constantly have issues with scale on our hibiscus or aphids. You can probably even see some scale, which is unfortunate, but it's just continue to spray her. That's all we can do. Blueberry bush, Madagascar palm, looking super cool. These are all the fruit trees, which I did tell you guys I would walk you through. We have gone through these ones before on this row, but we've never discussed the ones down that row. Maybe we'll do it today if we have some time. This is just a beautiful bougainvillea, just some cacti. And then this area here is pretty cool. This is something John just set up. This is a misting station because it is so unbelievably hot, you guys. I'm not even sure how long this camera will stay on today because the heat is, it's just so intense. But anyway, this comes in handy on these super, super duper hot months. Okay, so now we're gonna come into the pergola, and I'm sure this camera is gonna overheat. So we'll get through as much as we can before it does. Anyways, this is my Monstera. This is what got me started, guys. This is literally the plant, like I think most of us, you know, really got me into the hobby. Just fascinated by them, fascinated by how they grow. I actually got her from Lowe's or Home Depot. She was in just that small little pot that they come in. Probably paid, you know, 20 bucks or so. And I think this is her second year with me. I'm pretty sure. I'll try to find some pictures of her if I have some from back then, and put them on the screen if I can remember. But anyway, she is just beautiful. She's just giving us this leaf. This one she gave us not too long ago. And I just kind of reshaped her. She's giving me leaves everywhere. Here's one here coming. And then there's another one in the back, and then there's one right here. I think it's 4 total vines, but that's where those leaves over there came from. I just kind of shaped her up. She gets a little unruly, so about once every 8 months, I kind of come through and take some cuttings, which I put in this bowl right here. We'll get to that in a second. Anyway, down here, this is actually my mother, Scindapsus moonlight. I kind of just let her live out here because she does best for me out here, and then I just take cuttings from it and move them inside or trade them. This is my Philodendron gloriosum, who loves to live outside. She is absolutely amazing. I love this plant. I recently just treated her for thrips, unfortunately, but it appears as though, let's see, do we see any thrips? I don't see any crawling. I did treat her with systemic. I don't really like to do that, but in cases of like thrips, I do. This is a new leaf. Oh, she's so cute. Got another one coming here. We got another one coming here. She's always putting out growth. Anyway, I love her. I love her so much. I love what she adds to the floor. You know, they're crawlers. They love to crawl across the forest floor, and they're just so beautiful. They speak for themselves. You know, she's a little weathered. Like I said, she lives out here. I do bring her in. She's one that I do bring in the winter. And I do make, you know, space for her inside just because those leaves are pretty fragile, paper thin. And so that cold weather really does a number. In here we have a Sansevieria. This is one of John's babies. This is a huge pothos, you guys. Down here in Florida, pothos grow on trees, and they grow huge. This was actually one of the leaves, the mother leaves, and I took a cutting, and this was actually in John's dad's backyard. He has a huge one growing up a tree. He was nice enough to let me get a cutting, and it's starting over. Obviously, the leaves are small, but we're gonna get her on a pole, get her going, and I would love to see her grow wild. Actually, I may just plant her in the yard somewhere. After I saw his doing so well, I kind of was like, you know what? There's no reason why I can't do the same in our yard. This is a bat plant. She just got watered, so she's a little sad, but this is a black bat plant. And then just a little Maranta. So that's pretty much that little corner. And then up here, I have my Hoya rope, variegated rope. This one has just kind of come to a standstill. I think I may have to chop and prop her. Kind of concerned that she's, like, her roots aren't happy or something, because last summer she grew like crazy. So I think what I'm gonna do is, she may have flat mites or something, I'm not sure. I think I'm gonna take some cuttings. I've never taken cuttings of this specific Hoya though, so I'm not really sure how to do it. I'll just watch a YouTube video. Okay guys, hopefully this setting is gonna be okay. I kind of switched some things around to hopefully get it to not overheat as quickly. Still kind of getting to know this guy. Anyways, these are the cuttings that I took today off of Mother Monstera, and I just think they look so beautiful in, like, you know, a big vessel. Just the aerial roots in there, so pretty. I probably will convert this to moss at some point, but I thought for now they just looked really pretty. And then on the table, this is just the Burrow's Tail succulent, who, you know, seen better days. Another little cacti, and a mother of thousands, I believe. Mother of thousands. Over here is, it's hard to see this guy, but this is a very interesting plant, and I've only ever seen him one time, and that was the time that we bought it. So this is a mouse ear, they call it. It gets these really pretty purple flowers. What I love about it and what made me buy it is the leaves are super duper soft and fuzzy. Can you hear how, like, they literally feel, and the new leaves actually are even softer. Such a cool plant. It does get little purple flowers. I kind of would like to cut it back, but I don't know if it would like be okay to do that. I'm sure it would. It's just a little leggy. Um, but yeah, that's kind of where I'm at with that. This is a very sad Hoya curtisii. I can never keep these alive as much as I try, so we're not going to linger on that. This is Hoya Chelsea. Doing the most. We just watered, so yeah, she's full. But this girl's grown like a weed for me. I actually got her from one of the big box stores, and yeah, she's doing great. And then here is my rope, my Hindu rope. She's looking amazing. Definitely giving me new growth. Like, so I don't know. The other one must be not so happy. And then this is a whalefin sansevieria. I need to put in a bigger pot. Another Christmas cactus. Actually, yes, this is a Christmas cactus. This is a Dieffenbachia. This is my Anthurium regale. She just gave me this leaf. Oh my God, she's so beautiful. This leaf is actually still a bit soft. It's definitely done. She's definitely, you know, it's not going to expand anymore, but yeah, she's got a leaf there, and then she has this leaf here. So this one is on its way out. Obviously, I kind of just left it while this one was doing what it needed to do and, you know, unfurling. When we get to the other side, I'll kind of show you a better view. This is my Hoya Bertonier F. And then this gorgeous girl, she's one of my favorites. She is one of my all-time favorites. This is my Hoya Carnosa Crimson Princess. And what's crazy is, as big as she is and as wild as she is and as crazy as she gets, as long as she goes, I never have seen a bloom on her, not once. But nonetheless, I just love coming out and seeing her, you know, trail. Just trailing everywhere and growing like crazy. Like she will literally take her tendril, like you can see here, and begin wrapping herself up and around herself to kind of go back up. She's so cool. And then in this super cool pot here, I have this Aglaonema. I'm not sure exactly which one she is. She does have a little bit of sun damage. There's nothing I can do about it. She's also blooming. Wow. I've never seen her bloom. So that's fun. Probably should cut them. Maybe I'll just let it do its thing. There's 3 of them there, 3 blooms. This is just a little bear paw succulent. What's left of him. And then over here is Alocasia longiloba. Obviously this leaf's going out. We have a new one coming in. It's one of the few alocasias that I can keep alive. These are just some hibiscus. And then let's open up this back side so you guys can see this angle a little bit. It's the other side of that plant. And then, yes, this is Miss Regale. Look at this petiole. Unbelievable, right? Now, I cannot take credit for this because we have a little stray alocasia. Because I did get her as a pretty mature plant. Although this is the first leaf that she put out in my care. Now, you can see she's tattered and torn. This leaf came out in January, actually. I waited forever for this plant to give me a new leaf. I had her in the house for a while and she wasn't about that life. So I moved her outside, and literally like 3 weeks after I moved her outside is when she gave me this leaf. But because of the lack of humidity we had at the time, she definitely suffered some damage, but what a stunner. Regale is so cool. I do have this Parizo Verde here, just kind of hanging out. I do have her in just like a cup of sphagnum moss. This thing literally will grow anywhere. And then this is my Summer Glory. She's grown quite a bit. I would say the last couple months, I did put her into this kind of rectangular pot. And from that point on, like once she settled herself, she started to really take off. And I like how this one kind of grows a little bit more. You know, she is a crawler, but she's a little bit more of an upright crawler, if that makes sense. She stays a little bit more compact, and I love that. This is I can never remember the name of her. It is a type of, I don't know, guys, orchid, I think. Not 100%, but super cool, super pretty. It looks like she flowered and I missed it. Or maybe those are new leaves coming in. Those are her new leaves coming in. That's so cool. I've never actually really paid attention. That's one of John's finds. She's beautiful. Okay, this is another Aglaonema. This is what's left of my Dieffenbachia camouflage. She's coming back. Another Syngonium that we got from John's dad's house. And I love some of the leaves that she throws out. I'm not sure exactly what, like, variety this is or whatever, but she gives some of the most beautiful, like, and I love how she grows. She just kind of, like, trails, you know? Like, she's just so pretty. And then one of my all-time faves, one of my OGs, my Jose Bueno, just kicking it over here in the corner. This is a pretty bright space. Honestly, probably way too much light, but he thrives on nonetheless. New leaf coming. This was the most recent leaf. Look at that. I haven't even really looked at it yet. Beautiful. And one of my favorite things about Jose Bueno is the white actually fades into green as this leaf matures. So over time, this white will go minty and then it will just fade into dark green. Believe it or not, let's see if I still have. At one point, she was giving me the most beautiful leaves that were literally split right down the middle, like half moons, you know, variegate, almost like this. I don't see any more. I don't see them. Maybe Anyways, they fade pretty green. I'm sure you guys are all familiar by now with this guy, but in case you're not. And that's just kind of like the side view of everything. This spot is one of my favorites. We hang out here a lot. John plays guitar, so usually in the morning he'll come out and have coffee, play guitar, and I'll just kind of meander and tinker about. This is our passion fruit arch. We did get passion fruit on it. There is actually one hanging. There is our lettuce box too. That's pretty much done, obviously. It's so hot now here. I need to get up here and vine this a little better, but you can see there's one here. But the weirdest thing, so these basically are hollow on the inside, and that's how they've been. The original ones were hard as rocks, and they never really turned any form of purple. These later ones that she's been putting out do give us some of that purple, but they're totally hollow. Like there's nothing, like it's dried up on the inside. So that's kind of strange. Just some landscaping. We do have a lime tree over here. Lime tree and a banana tree. It's kind of a mess over there. We all have a secret, don't we, guys? Secret spot in the yard that's a little messy. Over here, I do have a Thematophyllum Goldii. This was classified as a philodendron not so long ago. But she's just so cool. She's definitely happier outside. And what I love about this plant is the older she gets, these leaves will eventually encompass a full circle. So with each and every leaf that she puts out, she gets bigger and bigger, and then of course at some point this will form like a full circle. I just think that's so cool. And then this is just kind of just landscaping. I like to let this sort of run wild in the summer. I like the pink polka dot plant. I just think it's beautiful, and the way that it kind of just takes over this area. This is our huge staghorn. She's doing amazing. This was actually a rehab. It's kind of hard to see her, and I do need to get in here and kind of tame this other fern, but yeah, she's so cool. I actually rehabbed her. She was, it's kind of sad. She had taken over her old pot, and she was just kind of like barely hanging on. So I re-put her on that planter or that basket, and since then she's just totally started over. And then down here, if you guys can spot her, I have my Atabapuense, another super cool plant. Absolutely love it. I think she looks so beautiful out here, and I think my plan with her is to just let her grow out here, and just kind of get her started up a tree. This is kind of one of the few areas in the yard where we get quite a bit of shade like all throughout the day, so I'm kind of limited in terms of where I plant some of these things. Okay, I know we talked about these guys not so long ago, so I'm not going to linger, but this is a Tangelo. She has doubled in size this year. This is grapefruit. She does have a couple on. She's got another one over here. And, you know, I know she doesn't look like much, but actually this was a rehab. So just to have her putting out growth, putting out fruit, I think we got her like half off at Lowe's because she just wasn't very pretty, and we love her. We're happy to have her. This is my variegated lemon. And the last time we talked about her, I showed you these two little lemons. They're progressing. So cute. And then our cherry tree. So this guy is loaded with cherries. I don't know if you can you see them? Beautiful blossoms, and then they just kind of, they're literally everywhere. How you can tell where they are is when they turn red. You'll just kind of spot them on the tree, just like I found this one. And this is a Barbados cherry. So these are a little on the sour side. There's also 3 seeds in every single one. And then, Sam, did you find a mango on the ground? Did you find a mango on the ground? Ooh, guys, we almost lost one. This is super ripe. Ooh, what a find. John will be excited about that. Anyways, we have a bunch on over here. She needs to be cut like yesterday. We're just kind of waiting for this fruit, and then John's going to cut her because she's just too big. And then the peach tree. So then over here, this is kind of, like I said, we mentioned them earlier. This avocado is coming back. As sad as it actually looks much better. It had a really hard time reestablishing itself when we planted it in the ground. This is our apple tree, which again doesn't look like much, but the exciting thing is she had literally 2 leaves on when we brought her home. So the fact that she's got any foliage, that's exciting. Honey tree, another variegated lemon. She's not looking so hot. These probably need a little bit of feed. This is an avocado with a cutie patootie avocado on. This is one of our pears. This is a, where are you? Hood pear. This is another pear. This one is called like, I think Florida pear? Let me see. Florida home pear, yes. And then we have our 2 orange trees, which need to go in the ground. It's just so hot right now, you guys. It's so freaking hot. So that's it, guys. Thank you so much for coming along with me and hanging out for this houseplant tour. It's kind of crazy. It's already over, but I'm kind of happy that this one's done. It's one that I wanted to do from the beginning I started the channel, but it was kind of one that I was mostly intimidated by. So yeah, I'm glad it's in the books. It's done. We can move on to something else. I am looking forward to showing you some of my favorites and some of the leaves in my collection that have popped off over the last couple weeks. So yeah, we'll get that out to you soon. Thanks so much for being here. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, tell a friend. You can find me all over the internet as Planted386 on Instagram, TikTok. And until further ado, we'll see you later, guys.